Hey, hey, yo, he's coming.
Good morning, Sergeant Smith.
Sergeant Haynes is here. Good morning.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
This is 430512 FT. This is State of Michigan versus Tyler Rorich. May I have your appearances, please?
Tyler Rorick.
Respectfully, Your Honor, Samer Jadala, P62186, MIDC Arraignment Counsel, appearing on behalf of Mr. Tyler Rorick. Your Honor, for purposes of today's arraignment, we waive formal reading and stand mute. Mr. Rorick understands what he's being charged with as well as the possible penalty. I've gone over his rights. He does understand those, Your Honor. And at this time, we're going to respectfully request court-appointed counsel moving forward.
Thank you. Mr. Rorick, were you able to hear Mr. Jadala just now?
Yes, ma'am.
And so you understand why we're here, the charges you face, and the possible penalties?
Yes.
Mr. Jadala has waived your right to hear the full reading of the complaint against you. As he indicated, you have a right to be represented by a court-appointed attorney. If you're unable to hire one on your own, there was a petition for a court-appointed attorney attached to the front of your file. The court has signed that. You will be assigned an attorney going forward. It will not be Mr. Jadala. It will be someone else who will use the information on your form to be in contact and communication with you. Sir, you also have a right to be considered for pretrial release. There is a recommendation from the Romulus Police Department that asks that your bond be set at $150,000 cash because of your outstanding warrant, your pending charges, those charges being a Third Circuit Court fleeing and eluding, resisting, obstructing warrant, 2 alcohol-related warrants, several traffic-related warrants, your reputation or character, specifically that you routinely flee from the police, assault police officer, endangers the public during flight, commits breaking and entering during flight, countless open domestic violence cases awaiting warrant approval, routine violent behavior, routinely injuring others, seriousness of your offense, probability of conviction. They have asked that a condition of your bond be that you have no contact with the victim and that you be placed on GPS tether in order to not purchase, possess, consume alcoholic beverages, or take any mind or mood altering substances. Mr. Jadala, what say you in response to this bond recommendation?
Honor, Mr. Rorick is 24 years old. He is currently gainfully employed at Morris Moving and Storage. He does have 2 children, a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. Your Honor, he lets me know that he knows about one of his alcohol-related warrants in e-course. The other matters that I discussed with him, he has no knowledge of, including the alleged Third Circuit Court case, Your Honor. Also, Your Honor, I've discussed with him a do not return order. I've also discussed with him that he is going to have a no contact order. He understands and he fully agrees to abide by those.
Thank you. The court will depart in part from the recommendation and set Mr. Rorick's bond at $50,000, 10%. Sir, even if you are to post this bond, you will not be released without a GPS tether for location purposes. You are to have no contact with the victim. No contact means no contact, no direct contact, no contact through third parties, no contact through social media. If this court received reports that you've made efforts to be in contact or communication with the victim, in this case, Autumn Plank, the court could view that as a violation of the terms of your bond. Your bond could be revoked and you can spend the rest of these proceedings in custody. Sir, your next appearance date will be your probable cause conference on July the 19th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. And that will be with Judge Green in courtroom number 3. Again, this file number is 230512 T. Next appearance date, July 19th, 8:30 a.m. on Zoom with Judge Green. Is there anything else for this felony file, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further from me, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Rohrig, just as a point of information, you had case 23-RP-02557 COT, City of Romulus versus Rohrig, scheduled yesterday at 8 a.m. for your previous failure to appear on a driving while license suspended case. When you failed to appear, it was scheduled in this courtroom. When you failed to appear, the court sent this matter downstairs to have a bench warrant issued based on the fact that it appears that you were in custody with Romulus on another matter. That warrant will not be processed. This matter will be reset for pretrial on July 20th, 2023 at 10:40 a.m. back here in courtroom number 1 with me on Zoom. Again, this is 23-RP-02557C, return date of July 20th at 10:40 a.m. in courtroom number 1. Anything else, Sergeant Haynes, for Mr. Rohrig?
No, Your Honor, it'll just be a brief moment before I bring in the next two.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
All right.
Oh, we're gonna be here.
Have a seat right there. Mr. Stanley, just go stand in the corner for me. Your Honor, at your discretion.
Thank you. This is 23-0510 FY. This is State of Michigan versus James Trussell. May I have your appearances, please?
Your Honor, respectfully, Samuel Jadala, P62186, MIDC Arraignment Counsel, appearing on behalf of Mr. Trussell. For purposes of today's arraignment, we'd waive formal reading and stand mute. Mr. Trussell understands what he's being charged with as well as the possible penalties. I've gone over his rights. He does understand those. At this time, Your Honor, he respectfully requests court-appointed counsel moving forward.
Mr. Trussell, please state your name for the record.
James Bernard Trussell.
Thank you, sir. Were you able to hear Mr. Jadala just now?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, he's waived your right to hear the formal reading of the complaint against you and has you stand mute to those charges. As he's indicated, you have a right to be represented by an attorney in this felony matter. If you're unable to retain an attorney through your own resources, the court is able to appoint one for you. There was a petition for court-appointed attorney attached to the front of your file. The court has signed that, and you will be assigned an attorney going forward. It will not be Mr. Jadala. It will be someone else who relies on the information that you've placed on your form to be in contact and communication with you. Sir, you also have a right to be considered for pretrial release. There is a bond recommendation from the Romulus Police Department asking that your bond be set at $15,000, 10%. Based on the fact that 15,000, 10%, asking that a condition of your bond be that you have no contact with the complainant in this case, that being Kimberly Trussell. Mr. Jadala, your comment as to bond in this matter.
Your Honor, Mr. Trussell is 56 years old. His sole source of income is disability, Your Honor. He does have 9 adult children. He's not on probation or parole. He has no holds or warrants. He's been incarcerated for 2 days now, Your Honor, and he does understand the do not return order. He does understand there will be a no contact order. And I've explained to him the civil standby procedure, Your Honor. He fully agrees to abide by all of those.
Thank you. Mr. Trussell, the court notes that you have no criminal history, but has concerns because the allegations contained in the complaint are that there was a weapon, that being a gun, involved in the incident that occurred on July the 6th, 2023. For that reason, the court will adopt in part the recommendation from Romulus Police Department. Will set your bond at 5,000, 10%. Set a condition of your bond that you have no contact with the complainant. No contact means no contact, no direct contact, no contact through third parties, no contact through social media. Should this court receive report that you've made efforts to be in contact or communication with the complainant, Kimberly Trussell, it could be viewed as a violation of the terms of your bond. Your bond could be revoked and you can spend the rest of these proceedings in custody. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
An additional condition of your bond is that you do not return to the address where this incident is alleged to have occurred. As Mr. Jadala indicated, you may arrange with the police for a civil standby so you can retrieve sufficient property to be clothed going forward and other necessities that you need. Sir, your next appearance date will be your probable cause conference, which will be on July 19, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. That will be with Judge Green in courtroom number 3. Again, this file number is 230510FY. Next appearance date, July 19, 2023 on Zoom in courtroom number 3 with Judge Green. Is there anything else in this matter, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Trussell, July 19th. Good luck to you, sir. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you. Everything's in my phone. So what we need, sorry.
This is 230511FY. This is State of Michigan versus Stanley Perkins. May I have your appearances, please?
Correct, Your Honor, Samuel Jadala, P62186, MIDC Arraignment Counsel, appearing on behalf of Mr. Perkins. Your Honor, for purposes of today's arraignment, we waive formal reading and stand mute. Mr. Perkins understands what he's being charged with as well as the possible penalties. I've gone over his rights. He does understand those, Your Honor. At this time, we respectfully request court-appointed counsel moving forward.
Thank you. Sir, would you state your name for me, please?
Yes, Your Honor. My name is Stanley Perkins, the 5th.
Thank you. Mr. Perkins, were you able to hear Mr. Jadala just now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Jadala has waived your right to hear the formal reading of the complaint against you and has you standing mute to the charges against you. As indicated, sir, you have an absolute right to be represented by an attorney in this felony matter. If you're unable to retain an attorney through your own resources or that of friends and family, the court is able to appoint one for you. There was a petition for court-appointed attorney attached to the front of your file. The court has signed that, and you will be assigned an attorney going forward. It will not be Mr. Jadala. It will be someone else who relies on the information contained on that form to be in contact and communication with you. Sir, you also have a right to be considered for pretrial release. The recommendation from the Romulus Police Department is that your bond be set at $20,000, 10%, with condition of bond that you have no contact with the victim, Angela Perkins, in this matter. The bond in part is based on your lack of a permanent residence. Mr. Jadala, what say you to this recommendation?
Your Honor, Mr. Perkins is 30 years old. He is gainfully employed at Rosetown Community Center, a senior citizen home where he's the maintenance man there, Your Honor. He does have 4 children, Your Honor, ages 18 and 16, who are his stepchildren, and ages 5 and 3, who are his biological children. He's not on probation or parole. He has no holds or warrants. He's been incarcerated for 3 days now. I've also explained to him the civil standby procedure, the no contact order and do not return order, Your Honor. He does understand and fully intends to comply.
Thank you. Mr. Jadala, of concern to this court is that Mr. Perkins appears to have somewhat of a criminal history that involves crimes that are assaultive in nature. For that reason, the court will adopt a small diversions from the recommendation made by Romulus Police Department and set Mr. Perkins' bond at 10,000, 10%. Condition of that bond is that he have no contact with Angela Perkins. Mr. Perkins, no contact means no contact, no direct contact, no contact with third persons, no contact through social media. Should this court receive reports that you made contact or efforts to make contact with Ms. Perkins, it could be viewed as a violation of the terms of your bond. Your bond could be revoked and you can spend the rest of these proceedings in custody. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, your next appearance date will be your probable cause conference on July the 19th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. on Zoom with Judge Green in courtroom number 3. Again, that file number is 230511 FY. Next appearance date, July 19th, 2023, 8:30 a.m. with Judge Green. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further from me, Judge. Thank you.
Anything further, Sergeant Haynes?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Mr. Perkins, I think, is trying to garner your attention.
Is there, so I'm sorry, I'm not really familiar with the bond settings or anything like that. So you said 10,000, 10%, what is that? How much?
You would need
is
to
that?
post $1,000, sir.
Okay, is there any way I can get like a personal bond? Cause I have a newborn child on the way, due date 9/11. And I have to get to my girlfriend and give her, I have her car, her food card, and I also have to, give her the car, the vehicle that got impounded, because that's our only way of transportation right now. She's pregnant and she can have the baby any day now. So is there any way I can get out today and so I can get that stuff to her? I have no problem coming to court on the due dates and doing my due diligence to take care of what I got to take care of.
Respectfully, Mr. Perkins, the issue before this court is that there is an allegation that you made an assault with a dangerous weapon, that being a motor vehicle, that there is an allegation of child abuse 4th degree. You pose an unreasonable risk of harm or physical injury to a child by attempting to strike Angela Perkins with that car. That makes you a public safety threat. So, sir, we're not going to talk about the case beyond the court reading the allegations. The bond has been set and will be what it is. When you return to court on July the 19th, your attorney may ask Judge Green to reconsider the bond, but at this time, because neither the victim nor the prosecutor is present, the court is adopting the bond as stated on the record. Anything else, Mr. Perkins?
No, Your Honor, I appreciate your time today.
Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Anything else, Sergeant Haynes?
No, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Thank you, Mr. Jadala.
Absolutely, Judge. You and your staff have a wonderful day and weekend.
Thank you. Maria, is there anything else in the hopper?
I'll give her a call. If you want.
No, let's leave this up for a minute. Cutoff time is in 5 minutes. Let's see what happens in the next 5 minutes. Thank you.
Hey, Sam.
Yep.
Hi, I just got a message from Mariah and she said there is nothing pending right now. So it looks like you're good to go.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
You do the same. Bye-bye.
Bye.